Off the coast of Nova Scotia lies Oak Island, a small but enigmatic place known for its long history of mysterious discoveries and treasure hunts. For centuries, researchers and adventurers have speculated about the secrets hidden beneath its soil, secrets that may involve ancient symbols and alignments that could lead to a priceless treasure buried deep underground. I'm Corjan Mole, a researcher and author who's been involved with the mystery of Oak Island. For a number of years now, my work has focused on uncovering connections, patterns, and historical precedents that might shed light on the origins of some of the island's most intriguing features. In the 1980s, Fred Nolan, a surveyor and engineer with a keen eye for patterns, made a discovery that added a new dimension to the Oak Island mystery. He identified 5 large boulders positioned in a distinctive cross-like formation now known as Nolan's Cross. Much later, an Italian archaeoastronomer, Professor Adriano Gaspani, analyzed the alignment of the boulders and determined that they correspond to specific star patterns. His research suggested that the cross could be dated to approximately 1200 AD, an astounding statement. However, this dating and even the interpretation of Nolan's Cross itself remains a subject of much debate. One of the challenges in understanding Nolan's Cross is the lack of clear precedent. If a similar structure existed elsewhere in the world, it could perhaps lend more weight to the theory of its intentional design. Remarkably, such a precedent does exist across the Atlantic in North Yorkshire, England. Warning everyone, it's expedition day, gorgeous day. For years I scoured Europe in search of medieval structures, hoping to uncover a template for Nolan's Cross, never finding anything until I decided to go on a hike in the Yorkshire moors. North Yorkshire, with its gorgeous rolling moors and historic landscapes, was a region of significant economic importance during the Middle Ages, largely due to its flourishing wool trade. Between 1132 and 1156, the region saw the establishment of no less than 8 Cistercian abbeys and 13 Templar commanderies and preceptories, forming a network of religious and military influence near a former Templar commandery lies an intriguing formation known as Temple Bield. The name itself is a reference to its Templar connections, similar to other places in England that are still tied to the Knights Templar by the word temple in their names. Hey, I'm at Temple Bield Hill in North Yorkshire in the North Yorkshire moors, beautiful area, and I'm here to see this stone cross. No, stone cross formation made up out of 5 megaliths in the same angle as Nolan's Cross, so there's 2 parallels, right? It's a cross made up out of 5 megaliths and its angle is 60 degrees, which is remarkable. Temple Bield is composed of 5 megalithic stones arranged in a cross-like pattern like Nolan's Cross on Oak Island. 4 stones form the arms of the cross, while a 5th sits off-center along the length of the cross's axis. In the last few hundred years, a curved stone wall was added to the formation at Temple Bield to shelter the sheep that graze here, just as they did in the 12th and 13th centuries, when the land was used by the Knights Templar. However, archaeological research has confirmed that the 5 original megaliths predate the wall standing independently before the enclosure was built. When the GPS coordinates of the Temple Bield Cross and Nolan's Cross are compared, the deviation in the angles of their arms is minimal, so small in fact that the 2 angles of the arms can be called identical. The lands surrounding Temple Bield were used by the Knights Templar of Westerdale for sheep grazing and wool production. I'm standing on the edge of the village of Westerdale in the North Yorkshire moors. You see the moors over there, you see with the purples, that's where we find Temple Bield Hill with Temple Bield Cross. There's very few traces of the commandery in Westerdale, but I think I found one here, namely this megalith marker stone. There's a pommel. This is used to be a sword, and here you find a cross, so possibly we're looking at a marker stone or maybe a megalith repurposed as a tombstone. Westerdale is a small village and its church is believed to have been built on the site of a Knights Templar chapel. If any tangible traces of the Templars remained, I would probably find them within this historic building. I knocked on a few doors and I just got the keys to the church, and there should be some medieval tombstones inside, possibly Templar tombstones. So let's see if this works. Hat off, here we are. Oh boy, here they are. Look at this goosepaw. This is a knight stone. You see a sword, bow and arrow. Magnificent. The lands around Westerdale were granted to the Knights Templar by Roger of Mowbray, a powerful benefactor. Roger's lineage traced back 9 generations to Malahulk, a Norwegian noble who accompanied the legendary Viking leader Rollo during the 10th century siege of Paris following Their baptisms in peace treaty with the King of France Charles the Simple in 911. Rollo and his descendants were granted the county of Normandy, a pivotal moment in European history. Rollo's direct lineage through the House of Normandy gave rise to the medieval kings of England, including William the Conqueror, the first Norman king of England, formidable leader known for his victory at the Battle of Hastings in 1066 and for his emblem, a cross with 4 surrounding dots, a symbol rooted in Viking traditions brought from the north by Rollo and Malahulp. The same cross and its 4 dots was found carved into a rock on Oak Island in the 1930s. This temple beeled cross, situated on medieval Templar lands in the United Kingdom, appears to mirror Nolan's cross on Oak Island in both structure and symbolism. Notably, the central stone of Temple Beeld contains cup marks, small carved circular indentations that upon closer inspection appeared to form a pattern resembling the constellation Cygnus. This same constellation Cygnus has been associated with Nolan's cross in Oak Island, both as a constellation in the shape of a great cross and as the swan that it represents in the sky. The parallels between the two crosses on both sides of the Atlantic raise intriguing questions about their origins and purpose. Could the design of Nolan's cross have roots in medieval England, and if so, what was the deeper meaning behind these star-aligned megalithic markers?